Go.
There we go.
Hi, happy June. This is me, Amanda Holstein, and this is Kathy Pickett. And we're
Hello,
at
everybody.
Heart Tree Institute to talk to you about this June full moon, June 2025 full moon, strawberry moon, full moon in Sagittarius. It's going to be June 11th. So we're talking Wednesday, but we're talking really like 3:44 in the morning. So Tuesday, as you go to sleep, Wednesday in the morning, that's going to be that full moon energy, but you're really going to start seeing that full moon rising Tuesday night as well. So we have this really cool thing that's happening, and that is that the moon is actually in this elliptical where it's very close to the earth, and it's going to be the closest every 18 years it happens like this. So we have this full moon, strawberry moon, close to the earth, and it doesn't happen like this again until 2043, which feels like a sci-fi number, but 2043.
It does.
So we had this really cool thing last month in the May full moon where the moon was really far or appeared really far from the earth. So we had this like zoomed out perspective on life. You could get the big picture of things. And now we have this total opposite. We have this zoom in moon. So we're really getting down into the nitty gritty. We're getting down right into the truth of things and really close up and personal. Because this is a full moon in Sagittarius, we're going to have a lot of energy in this moon. It's going to be a fiery moon. It's going to be a bold moon. It's going to have a lot of feeling of adventure. It's going to have a lot of feeling of truth. It wants to be very bold and truthful. And sometimes truth can feel like a truth bomb as well. So we're going to have to be careful about where our communications with people, what we hear and what we say. It could have a lot of, you might see a lot of truth, or other people might see truth about you. And then you're going to have to say it constructively, and you're going to have to hear it with a grain of salt, or you're going to have to hear it through some constructive criticism kind of phase. And we want that fiery energy. If you think about fire, where do we build fire? We build fire on the earth. So we have this inspired, grounded energy. So we want to keep this fiery energy grounded. We can ground it in kind of like a sense of humor. We can ground it in sort of just some playfulness, but it does have that kind of intensity or that desire to kind of move up in an inspired, bold way. We also really want to think about Sagittarian energy and its desire for freedom. And it may have a freedom around our spirituality. And I was really thinking about this a lot today, and thinking about some of the major religions on the planet and who started these religions. And these religions are started by people that are really bucking the system. Jesus was a rebel, and Moses, parted waters and spoke to burning bushes. And Buddha left a family and a kingdom, a wife, a child. And I wish I could think of some great, female religion starters too, just like those women who like really bucked the system. But we do that when our truth, the truth of who we are, is so powerful and so poignant, and yet so different to what's all around us. So sometimes our truth has to be so bold and so energized that we slough off what is known, and we might even rebel against what is known a little bit in order to really be able to hold our truth. It might even start something new. It might even start a bold new path for you as you're sloughing off those things that no longer feel true to you, that just don't fit you anymore. But you really want to think about being in your truth. What is your truth as it is rising? How are you moving forward in your truth? And what are you letting go of? Because what might also be in that like zoom in lens is the things that are stopping you from feeling that truth, the things that need to burn up in that fire. So you might actually be feeling in a lot of intensity, that intense anxiety, intense resentment, intense anger, intense sadness might be kind of like coming up to get cleaned out or cleaned off, so you can step more boldly into what is actually true for you. And you might find yourself in these really intense feelings and be like, wait a second, I don't need to do this anymore. This isn't true for me anymore. So as that full moon is rising, we're really asking ourselves, what is the truth rising inside of me? And how is this moving me boldly forward on my path? So that's what I'm going to say about that. And then Kathy is going to pull those fabulous tarot cards.
Yeah. So, it's always so interesting when you're speaking and, I'm shuffling the cards and I find these cards, how they relate. I will share my beautiful strawberry because I love my strawberry rock that I found on a walk around the time of COVID when people were leaving them. And it meant a lot to me because my sister had just found strawberries on her walk. And I said, go ahead, eat one and be brave, a wild strawberry. You know how small wild strawberries are. So she ate it and found this on a place that I had not hiked in 10 years. It was a new path. So when you take a new path, sometimes you find a treasure, is all I'm saying. And the treasure, the strawberry moon, is because strawberries are they're picking them all around me now, right? The strawberries, they're luscious, they're juicy, they're red, they're vibrant. They're telling us the promise of life and joy and nourishment. So the strawberry moon, just because strawberries are available now, at least in New England,
Yeah.
which we all love here. I've already had strawberry shortcake once, but going to have it again, I'm sure. So the strawberry moon and everything you said, actually, Amanda, has resonated with me and in my life and the cycles that I'm in. And this is a gift. The pentacle is earth. The pentacle is what I value, and it's the pentacle. So it's the light within, it's what I value within me. And it's as though God's hand is reaching through the cloud to
Yeah.
offer this gift. So
Yeah.
this is being offered. It's not coming from the physical reality. It's not coming even from the people and places that we spend our time and energy. When we go into a meditation during this full moon, I will say we can hear the voice of God, but we hear the voice within. We hear the truth of what it is we're meant to manifest. And the next card, I like doing the three, the power of three, is the journey card. This is the
Uh-huh.
traveler card. She
Yeah.
has 8 cups that are full. She's successful.
Mm.
This individual, whether it's money or family or work or vocation or home or the gardens that we plant, but she feels complete in
Mhm.
these. So she doesn't need to tend them anymore.
Mm.
They're complete. So they
Yeah.
don't need all that attention and all that care. So
Mm.
she's actually walking, and look at what we have here.
Yeah.
She's walking as though she's walking towards the full moon.
Yeah.
So
And
she's
she looks like a
courageous.
strawberry.
I think so, right? The
Yes,
cake looks like a
look at that.
strawberry.
Absolutely, the
Amanda.
same shape and
Oh my,
everything.
I know. So she's finding her strawberries. Where are they?
Yeah.
And so it takes courage. But it doesn't take so much courage when you have the wisdom to know that the journey will illuminate what it is we need to know. We can't know it in the sameness of our world. We have to look at it different, a
Mm,
new perspective.
mm,
And so kind of usually I have the more of an outcome on the third one, but these are pentacles, which
mm,
is earth, and it's everything I value.
mm,
So this is warning when we go on our journey, when
mm,
we're leaving and we're opening to receive this beautiful gift,
mhm.
she's leaving on her journey, is not to hold too tight to what we know. If we
Yeah.
hold on too tight to security and resist the urge for adventure, where am I meant to go? What am I meant to experience? What am I yet to receive? What this is when you're holding on like a miser and you're holding on tight to everything, you block off receiving. So, this is a reminder that it's not about being safe
Yeah.
or it's not about being secure because we're never totally safe or secure because we can't predict the outcomes of the day
Yep.
and the night.
Yep.
So this is almost like a hard lesson, right? Let go.
Yeah.
Let go
Yep.
and see what happens. Just in your mind, imagine everything is gone and then what fills in the
Mhm.
energy to replace that. But
Mm.
this is the miser card, holding on too much. So trusting, and I love that our woman had the strawberry. And if we carry the colors through the cards of the yellows and the red, and he was wearing red,
Yeah. Mhm.
so just following that energy through, here is a beautiful garden,
Mhm, and a
right?
gate, that garden
And a
gate, you
gate
go
and
through
an
it.
arch. It's like, are we going to walk through and see
Yeah.
what's on the other side?
Yeah.
Because we can't see what's on the other side.
Right.
It's trusting that divine is speaking through us, through the moon, And when it's so close, Amanda, and you mentioned that 18 years for it to be this close again,
Mhm.
I think it's a time to really harvest the energy of this moon without expectations, without ideas. It's more about receiving, receiving, and taking whatever that spark is to carry us forward on our
Yep.
journey. So I love that these cards came up
Mhm.
for us for this time.
I love it too, and the only thing I can think of is, you can't receive if your cup is full. Right. So it's that letting go, like don't hold on to what you don't need, and you're going to see those truths of what you don't need anymore. And you're going to see those truths of that bold energy rising and that courage to step through that garden gate and that courage to, like say, okay, this stuff is behind me. Job well done, or just job complete. However I feel about it, I'm complete and I'm moving forward. But that not holding on. I love that last card. It's really poignant. It's necessary to think about that. Like, oh, what am I saying
Yeah.
I'm letting go of, but I'm actually holding on to in a different way, that allows me to hold on to it. I've just massaged the words around it, but it's not a true letting go. And this is a time for a true letting go. Yeah.
And to receive the light that will carry us through the truth, to see the truth. It's about receiving,
Yes.
receiving. It's not about already knowing, it's about opening to receive. So I hope everyone does take the opportunity on this full moon. And if you're not, if you're listening to this after this time of the full moon is at the brightest, tuning into the energy of the moon and even reflecting on where you were that day before and the day after and see if you were feeling shifts because the moon is powerful and will pull us.
Yeah.
So just notice it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Good. All right, everybody, remember, get in it, get in the light of that full moon, bask in it, put your crystals in it, put your plants outside in it, get in the water, that watery, yummy, just get in a bath, go swimming somewhere, just getting that moonlight and getting that watery energy. You're going to feel it. It's going to be good.
oh,
All right. Happy.
I'm excited. I'm like ready for this one. I'm
I
going to
know,
take
me too.
advantage.
Yep.
All
3:44.
right, everybody.
Take care.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.